Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here. Welcome to the best gaming, tech, emulation, and open source news channel on YouTube. Let's get started. Alright, to kick things off, yes, I'm still camping. We got some rain last night, but today's another gorgeous day. And you know what else is gorgeous? Texture replacement in Ryujinx. Yes, you heard that correctly. Ryujinx has rolled out texture replacement to their public builds. Now, it's not perfect just yet. It's still a work in progress, but at the same time, if you wanted to test it out, you absolutely can. And on a side note here, for those who may not be aware, Ryujinx is a Nintendo Switch emulator on PC. And I still get asked this one a lot. What emulator should you use on PC for Nintendo Switch emulation, Yuzu or Ryujinx? And my answer here still remains both. Try both out, see what works for you the best. And speaking about texture replacement, next up we're talking about Cyberpunk 2077 modding. And there's a texture mod patch coming out in October that's going to crank things up to 11. So Cyberpunk 2077 HD Reworked Project 2.0 has been announced, and there is a YouTube video, and I'll drop a link to it in the description below, and I do recommend checking it out. Moving on, and we're talking about PlayStation 2 emulation on Android with Nether SX2. And Nether SX2 has just released a brand new patch up to version 1.4. If you are curious about this one, it's free, it's open source, it's on GitHub, and I'll drop a link to it in the description below. With this patch, there's a bunch of fixes for Devil May Cry games, Tekken games, Yakuza games, and more. And speaking about games, next up we're talking about Steam. And On Deck has just published the list for the 20 most popular games on Steam last month. And if you take a look, in my opinion, there are a couple of surprises here. Baldur's Gate 3 at number 1, no surprise. Dave the Diver on the list, Stardew Valley, and even Brotato on the list. To me, this was a very big surprise and a very pleasant surprise. Let me know your thoughts about this list in the comments below. Is everything as expected, or were you shocked at it? Next up, we're talking about portable gaming handheld, the Lenovo Legion Go. And we've been talking about this one more and more lately as it gets closer and closer to release. It's releasing in October. The base price on this one is starting at about $700 US. And some sites now have it listed for pre-order. On top of that, some news sites, not myself, but some other news sites, have had this thing to review. Just an early access review, a hands-on review per se. I'll drop a link to one in the description below. I would take this review with a big grain of salt. But at the same time here, it does give you a general idea of how this thing may stack up in the future. Next up, we're quickly talking about Volition Games, and this is the studio behind games like Red Faction and also Saints Row. And unfortunately, Volition Games is shutting down. There's a post over on their LinkedIn. At this point in time, I'm assuming there were a number of different factors that ended up shutting down Volition. One of those factors may have been the latest Saints Row. I could be wrong though. If you've got some positive memories of Volition, their games, or any nostalgia items, let me know in the comments below. I'd be really curious to read them. And last up here, we're talking about Nintendo 3DS emulation with Citra. And Citra just got a brand new update that doubles the performance of the software renderer. I don't know many people who are using the software renderer, but at the same time, doubling the performance of it is pretty darn good. And on top of that, Citra Nightly 1982 fixes some texture issues in Shin Megami Tensei and Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. But anyways, that is all I've got for you in this one. Straight to the point, all stuff and no fluff. We talked about a few things today. Let me know your thoughts about absolutely any of them in the comments below. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button, check out my other videos. Don't tempt fate, save your state.